Hey, this vehicle is the T21. This is an American Tier 6 light tank, and the map is Live Oaks. I am going to get 2,700 spot damage in this game, and I'm going to get my second mark of excellence. You can see I got 1 star. I will have 2 stars when the game is over. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing ahead in the position where the dune is, and then the enemy is going to take over the entire town, and I'm going to retreat into this ditch, and my allies are going to camp in the back, and we're going to lose. But you can see the way I play, and the way I play, it takes a lot of skill to learn to play this position. I'm going to spot the enemy tanks as they're heading into town. This game was only 2 weeks ago, but I would definitely assure you that it's way better to play in these houses where you can spot everybody. And not only will you spot them, they'll be afraid to enter the town. So one thing I do is I knock this tree down. It allows me to spot the road that way and that way. You can spot down 2 different roads. And we've got this light tank over here. He's going to be a problem. We got to get rid of him. He's going to possibly do damage to me. He's going to expose my weakness. You see we got some tanks coming into town. I haven't been spotted yet, but now I'm no longer free to move. I can't go where I want to go. And the 5916 was taken out of the game. I did get 200 spot damage, but you see how I can clearly see over here.
Target acquired.
Decided not to shoot for some reason. If you do shoot, you want to hit him in the tail. I have old videos where I show how it works.
Penetration.
And you hit in the tail for 2 reasons. Number one, if they go far enough past the building, they won't spot you. And number 2, they're less likely to turn around and shoot back at you. So I was spotted in that case. Even though it looks like my team is kind of headed into town, they're not really going to go into town. The enemy is. So I decided to head over to these houses because I wanted to get a look, see if I could spot anything, or perhaps get behind the enemy. Don't know what's out there. Notice that my team has not gone along the rails yet. There's nothing here. And if you guys watch my videos, you know I play all by myself. I'm always in front of my allies. Takes a lot of skill. You're going to get spotted, you're going to take a lot of damage, but it's going to be a lot more challenging, a lot more fun. So I spotted those vehicles. Let's see if my allies do any damage to them. Looks like we got 113 on the Emil, but that was it. So I was able to spot the Emil out of the game. Oh, look at them, they're hitting me. It's okay, we can retreat. So the T-34, he's obviously coming after me, which means I'm going to abandon this position. For my opinion is, in general, he's got full hit points. It's better to abandon the position. I'm going to go over here and play in the ditch. It takes a bit of practice to learn to play in the ditch. There's 3 enemy SPGs. You got to keep on moving. You got to know how your gun depression and gun elevation works, all the spotting. You don't necessarily want to knock the fence down. You notice that my team, only the T29 he's at the entrance to the city, but he didn't really enter. Smart for me to leave because the VK showed up. I got an amazing 14 spot damage off of that. I am up to 1,200 spots, so we got a little bit more spot damage in this game. Still saw nothing on the rails. You look down over here in the rails, nothing's going on. You see the M4 where he is? Remember that. Remember where the M4 is. Look at the score, 2-2. Remember where he is. We're going to check up on him later. So the enemy is controlling the town. I don't know what do those guys look like they're in sniping positions? I'm not sure. And I'm a little bit stuck. They didn't really give me a great amount of support, although there was some support. I do expect more. So I did lose some hit points. Now keep in mind, we're going to look at the bushes over here. The obvious bushes, here, here, here. The not so obvious. You see the ones in the back here? You can go over here, and you can also spot down like this road, for example. And with your gun elevation, you can also snipe at vehicles. So remember all of those positions if you decide to take on this challenging position. And if you watch one of my earlier videos, you go over here, you spot the vehicles coming across, and then you move to the right and you can shoot at them when they get over here, and then you come back over to here, and then you shoot at them when they come across. There's actually multiple positions, and then after they do that, you come over here and you shoot at them when they cross over there, and then you come over here and you shoot at them as they cross over there, or you could go on the other side of the road, and there might be another shot. So there's multiple positions, and I've had games where I've tried to get them all in. Oh, look at what's going on here. This is making me cry. So my allies were not able to save me. Well, that was really dumb. I did a really dumb thing. I should have gotten behind him, but I didn't. Really sad. He took me out of the game early. Whatever I said at the beginning of the game is the amount of spotting damage. I believe it was 2,600. But you can see that the enemy controls the town. The snipers left. This is the M4. He's going to remain there basically until the end of the game. Going to fast forward. And look at that. The enemy never showed up on the rails. You see how this is a weird game? When I play my position, you know, you want your team to be cooperating. You want your team to take the town, and you want your snipers there. If they don't do it, what am I supposed to do? I can't do everything. I can't play the rails and help them on the rails, and help them invade the city, and help them snipe the city, and help them spot. Can't do everything. And if you choose a role and it happens to be spotting and nobody's firing, then you're not going to get anywhere. That's just the way it is. Why doesn't he look pretty? So finally he gets up and moves at the end of the game. I'm wondering if he's doing some sort of a mission where he has to survive at the end of the game or something like that. I'm sorry I didn't do a run through. I should have gone back and showed the game again. But as you can see, I was rewarded with 2 marks of excellence on my gun barrel. And in terms of damage, I really didn't do a lot of damage, but I was number 2 for the team. And EXP, I did come out on top, which is actually pretty good. Very common with the style of gameplay that I have. Didn't get crew XP. I was not playing with personal reserves. I did get 24,000 in cash profit, which is pretty good. The assistance damage was 2640, which was all spotting. Anything else interesting over here, I would go with no. In terms of the matchmaking, we were evenly split with tier 6 and 7. And we had mostly medium tanks and tank destroyers. The enemy team looked like they had, it says unknown class. Okay, so we don't know what vehicles those were. But it's basically the same. They had a lot of tank destroyers. I think we could have won that game. We obviously had a problem with our team. They're super dumb. This must have been someone that I was platooning with. You know what? I really don't know what that is. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, he's on the enemy team. Okay, so that's a game. If you got any questions or comments, please post below. Booty pie.